Hey, the postcard we sent ourselves from Juneau.
Forever alone.
What?
We barely had any friends. We even had to be our own pen pals.
Hello, Alyson and Ollie. We are writing from the past. What is it like in the future? Anyway, Juneau is super cool. We took the tramway all the way up. Ollie was scared. Liar, we got some books, but Mommy went to the restaurant at night and forgot them. It was cool. There were a lot of whales on the ferry. No, there wasn't. They were in the water, stupid. Anyway, there's a postcard to remind you how awesome we are, especially me, A-N-O, Alyson and Ollie Ronan. I don't think it's explained, but it was explained on Dontnod's website that Ollie is the name that Tyler originally chose for himself because it sounded close to Allie, Allie's nickname.
Whenever we asked for a TV, she'd just bring home a big stack of books.
I think she did us a favor with that one.
You may not agree when we start digging into the HBO back catalog.
We'll see. Ugh. Some of our old toys give me the creeps.
It's a dragon. I think it's cute.
Tyler, do you copy? If we don't move fast, this whole thing is going to melt. Do you copy?
We're basically walkie-talkies on legs, you know.
Yeah, well, how do you play Ice Road Trucker Assassins without a walkie-talkie, right? Yeesh, Mr. Serious all of a sudden.
Ice Road Trucker Assassins?
Look what I found!
What?
Only our greatest creation, the Book of Goblins.
Seriously? It was in that chest the whole time?
Wait. How do I open it? How do I open it? What does that even look like? Yeah, I have no idea what that is, so I'm gonna use the keyboard.
All these stories.
I had ideas for so many more.
Marianne wrote a lot of them.
Yeah. It's one of the only times I remember her being at peace.
The frog earns the right to speak. The bear and the princess. The beaver fixes the house. The princess's party. The goblins in the ice cave. The princess and the two thieves. The princess makes new friends. The bear's big paws. The moon hag loses her name. Goblins trick the mad hunter. The pelican helps her friends. The goblins earn their voice. The big frog is punished. Goblins save the old beaver. Goblins irritate the ice king. Pelican forgives the goblins. Goblins meet the ice troll. Goblins trick the muskrat. The moose teaches the goblins. The mad hunter gets his hand back. Okay, so these are going to take a little while to read, and I do want to read through them all. I might intersperse these. Like, I'll read through them and then maybe edit the stories in to episodes as we go along.
Where is it?
You looking for something in particular?
My diary.
You never told me about it.
Yeah. With the way Marianne was, I tried extra hard to keep it a secret. Marianne. Yeah, that day she found out about it.
Wait.
Mom? Mom! Mom, where is it? What did you do with it?
What now?
I can't find my diary. I know you stole it. Give it back.
Sweetie, whatever I do, it's just for your benefit.
You read it, didn't you? You had no right to do that.
I have the right to do whatever I need to protect my little girl.
I'm not your girl. I hate you.
You will always be my little girl. And no matter how hard you fight me, I'll fight twice as hard to keep you safe.
I never saw it coming. She told me right to my face. She was willing to hurt me to keep me from transitioning.
Tyler, there is no way you could have known she'd go that far.
I want my diary back. Her room was the only place I didn't look.
Okay, but do you need to get it, like, now?
Yeah.
That diary was important to me, Alyson. Writing down my thoughts helped me realize who I am.
Well, then let's go find it.
Oh.
You think her room is still locked?
It always was. I'm not looking forward to going in there.
I know, but we'll have to eventually, and I need it back.
Whenever we asked for a TV,
Oh,
she'd
yeah.
just bring home a big stack of books.
I think she did us a favor with that one.
You may not agree when we start digging into the HBO back catalog.
We'll see. You know, if there's one thing you gotta give Marianne, it's that she let us explore our artistic side.
You should have seen Eddie's face when I tried to repaint his car.
Yeah, I bet Uncle Eddie didn't appreciate your artistic touch.
I'd rather you called him Chief Brown if you're gonna be an ass about it.
I was, if I ever had kids, I would let them draw on the walls. For sure.
So much for my dream of being a hockey star.
Marianne thought sports were too aggressive, too competitive, and too groupthinky.
How did you convince me to let you put this up?
It was my favorite movie. Back then.
Okay. Oh, I'm remembering something else. Something else. Here?
The Ice King finally caught the hag. His furious voice could be heard throughout the forest. For your wickedness, you will be eternally bound to the lake. What? No way. Quiet, let me finish. You will no longer be allowed to leave. Not even under a full moon. The moon hag was imprisoned in the lake, and she never again tried to escape. And then the title. What do you think? Not bad, right? I guess that's okay. But I would have changed the end. What? No way!
The Ice King. I totally forgot about him.
That's because it was dangerous to mention his name. He was too powerful.
Hold on, wait. How do I read the Book of Goblins? Oh, shit. Hold on. Can I find it in here?
Look, it's the game we made, Lucian Tramway.
That game never made any sense.
Didn't stop us from playing all day.
Dude, we were kids. All we needed were rocks and bird feathers.
I want to know how to play.
Hey, you. I just found your twin under the house. He's seen better days.
Maybe you should have, you know,
Oh, this one wasn't mine.
rescued yours from under the house? How could you just leave him there? I thought we could reopen the book and come back to it, but apparently...
Wow. Look how small these beds are.
We were so little.
Yeah.
Aha! Okay, I figured it out. I figured out how to open it. Alright, so, all the way back to the beginning. We have the frog earns the right to speak, so we met the silent frog. So I feel like we should read that. We also had them mention the moon hag. And then we have the mad hunter. So I think we should read those stories to start with, and then continue onward. The frog earns the right to speak. Once upon a time, in an ancient and deep forest, there lived a big frog in a small pond. She was a peaceful creature who spent most of her time eating, swimming, and sleeping. From the morning to the evening, she did everything the smaller frogs did, except she did it bigger. She ate more, she jumped farther, she was smarter, and she made much more noise. Everybody in the forest could hear her loud croaking, and everybody was happy that they could. You see, it was easy to get lost in the forest, but thanks to the frog's loud noises, you could just as easily find your way back to her pond. Maybe it would not have been the same if the big frog had kept singing during the night, but she was much too lazy an animal to stay active after dark. One day, an unknown visitor came to the forest for the first time. It was a young woman dressed in a beautiful gown. She was walking fast through the woods as if she was running away, and she never looked back. Many eyes spied the princess pass by, but no one dared to help her, for the mad hunter was on her trail. "This is not our business," they said, "and we had better look away." For the mad hunter was an unyielding man who loved nothing but hunting down prey for money and glory. Nothing could escape his piercing eye for long. So the princess walked alone, without help, until she was hopelessly lost in the big forest. Exhausted, she pressed on with no idea of where she was heading. As the hunter drew ever closer, dogged in his pursuit, she continued this way until she heard a heavy croaking, far off to her left, so clear and loud that the princess immediately made for the source of the noise. A few minutes later, she reached the big frog in the small pond, and the frog looked at her with a gentle smile. "Help me, please," said the princess. "I need a place to rest and to hide." "Ribbit," answered the frog, and the princess frowned. "Please stop making that noise. The mad hunter is after me." "Ribbit," said the frog again, so loud that the princess had to cover her ears. The creature began to jump every which way. "What are you doing?" asked the princess. "Stop all that noise, or he will find us." But the frog kept croaking and jumping around her left and right, up and down. "Ribbit, ribbit," until the princess understood the meaning of all this fuss. Cautiously, the woman climbed on the back of the big animal, and then with a leap, the frog set off away from the pond. The frog jumped so high and so far that even the hunter could not find where the princess had gone. With a few jumps, the princess was out of his piercing eye. A few jumps more, and she had vanished for good. The princess closed her eyes and let her clever mount carry her wherever the creature pleased. Less than an hour later, the big frog had reached the other side of the ancient forest, near the shores of the very deep lake. There she landed without a noise in front of a big wooden house that had been abandoned. "Thank you," said the princess, covering the animal's snout with kisses. "I only wish you could speak, so I would have understood what you were trying to do sooner." As she pronounced those words, something incredible happened. The big frog was suddenly able to speak. Her first words startled the princess. "The mad hunter is always at my heels. Now you're safe, and I've had my revenge. You can stay in this house. It has been abandoned for a long time, and no one will look for you here." And without looking back, the big frog jumped back into the pond. And this is how the big frog saved the princess, and how she learned the right to speak. So, the princess is Marianne. I'm very curious about, we should read the Mad Hunter next, because I need to understand this. But it seems like this house is the house that Marianne found. So I don't know who the big frog is who helped. But Alyson said that this seemed like the only time Marianne was at peace was when she was writing the story. And it seems like this was Marianne's way of kind of explaining. Is this? Yeah, I think this is how she meets the goblins. Once upon a time, in an ancient and deep forest, there lived a wise princess in a big wooded house. She'd been living alone just fine for a very long time until the day she noticed food and small items were disappearing from her house. The thefts went on until the day her last cake, which had been made with the last of her eggs, the last of her fruit, and the last of her nuts, and the last of her flour, well, that last cake was stolen too. And all she found at the scene of the crime were 2 trails of tiny feet in the spilled flour, leading to a hidden hatch in the floorboards. The princess did not try to open the hatch, nor did she try to break it. She was too tired and too hungry. All she could do was cry in silence alone in the big wooden house hidden in the ancient and deep forest. She cried for a long time until evening arrived, and then she cried some more. Suddenly, a tiny voice came from under the house. "What is that noise you make?" it asked. "We do not like it, not one bit. I'm crying because you two were mean to me, whoever you are. You stole all the food I had, and I will starve before the end of this long and cold winter." The hatch opened just a peep, revealing 2 frowning faces peering out from the darkness of their hideout. "But we are hungry too," said the second creature. "We have been hiding in this cave for a long time, and now the winter is upon us, and we need food." The princess dried her eyes and smiled at the 2 goblins. "If we were friends, we could share the cake you stole from me." The 2 thieves spat and smirked. "A friend? What is that?" The princess frowned, for she realized that the 2 tiny thieves were as lonely as she was. "A friend is someone you love and care for, someone you would never hurt." "We never hurt each other, and we care for each other," said the goblins at the same time. "Does that mean we are friends?" "Yes, that's exactly it." "And if we were friends, you would not hurt us?" "Of course not. Friends trust each other." The goblins shook their little heads. "We trust no one, for no one trusts us." The words made the princess cry again, for now she understood that the 2 creatures were not only as lonely as she was here in the big wooden house, but they had been lonely since they were born. "You are making that noise again," frowned the goblins. "Please stop that, for it makes us feel unhappy. Are you a witch? Is this some sort of magic?" "It makes you unhappy because we are friends," said the princess. "But we don't know you, and you are not like us." "Sometimes friendship comes right away, even between people who are very different." "Does it mean we can't steal from you anymore?" "Yes." "But that's what we do. We are the crafty goblins who live under your house." "Well then, maybe we could arrange something." "Is that what friends do?" "Yes, I believe they do." And this is how the princess met the crafty goblins, and how they became friends. The goblins trick the Mad Hunter. Once upon a time, in a castle just beyond the ancient and deep forest, the Mad Hunter was punished by the Gold Lady for failing to return with the wise princess. "For your failure," the Gold Lady said, "I will take your left hand. You will return to the ancient and deep forest and hunt the wise princess. And if you can bring her back, I will return your hand to you. Fail again, and I will take your right hand." The Mad Hunter could hunt with just his right hand, but if he lost both his hands, he would never be able to hunt again, and would no longer be a Mad Hunter, but only a madman. So the Mad Hunter returned to the ancient and deep forest, searching with his piercing eye for the wise princess. The crafty goblins were out searching for mischief when they saw the Mad Hunter on the prowl. "We cannot let him find the princess," said the goblins, so they devised a plan. It was wash day, and the princess had hung her beautiful gown out to dry. They stole it from the line and stuffed it full of straw, and then returned to where the Mad Hunter was scouring the paths of the forest. As the Mad Hunter turned down a path that would have led him to the big wooden house, the goblins danced the straw princess in and out of view in the opposite direction. The ruse worked. The hunter fixed his piercing eye on them and followed. Through the day and into the night they led him away from the true princess. As night fell, the crafty goblins realized the error in their plan. The Mad Hunter was now hunting them. If he caught them, he would not be kind, so they put their heads together to come up with a plan. It did not take them long to realize where they should go. They led the Mad Hunter to the edge of the deep and icy lake, and when he came into view, they weighed the fake princess down with stones and dropped her into the frigid water, careful not to plunge into the depths themselves, lest the moon hag take her revenge on them. The Mad Hunter removed his clothing and dove in after the fake princess. He followed the shape of the sinking princess deep into the chilly water, down below where ice covered the lake's surface. Finally he caught her, but when he spun her toward him, he realized she had no head, and that her body was stuffed with straw. And then he felt a slippery fin brush his shoulder. The moon hag loomed overhead. The next morning, the princess went to retrieve her gown from the clothing line and found that it was gone. She immediately suspected the goblins of mischief and called, "Goblins, did you take my gown?" The goblins emerged from their cave and nodded sadly. "Now what will I wear?" asked the princess, sad and angry that she had lost her only dress. "Let us explain," said the goblins. So they told the princess the story of the Mad Hunter, and then they produced his clothing, which was a bit large for the princess, but much warmer than her beautiful gown. She immediately forgave them. "Thank you, my friends," she said, "for rescuing me, and for this clothing, which will keep me much warmer in the winter than my beautiful gown." The Mad Hunter was forced to remain below the lake with the moon hag, but she did not kill him, because even reduced to just one hand, he was too useful a servant. Lo, he plotted the day he would emerge to once again hunt the princess and earn back his left hand. And that is the story of how the crafty goblins rescued the wise princess from the Mad Hunter. Let's read the Mad Hunter. Gets his hand back. Once upon a time, in a deep and cold lake near the ancient forest, there lived an old seal who was a powerful witch. After angering the Ice King, she had been bound to the lake, allowed only to venture out when the moon was full, and only looking like the hag she truly was. For years she dreamed of vengeance, all alone within the deep lake, among the corpses of her many previous victims. One night she awoke to see a black and hooded silhouette clawing to reach a beautiful gown full of stone. The human had delved far deeper into the lake than any land dweller should have been able to go. His tenacity and ferociousness impressed the moon hag, and she decided he would be wasted in her statuary of corpses. So she used her magic to enspell him, allowing him to breathe underwater, but also binding him to her service. "You," she said, "will be the instrument of my release and my revenge, for you and I together will kill the Ice King." The moon hag had never heard of the Mad Hunter, and she did not know the power he wielded. She could only tell he was a hunter, and her lust for revenge blinded her to the threat he posed. She gifted him a hand of ice, which was not as nimble as a hand of flesh, but allowed him to serve her better than no hand at all. The moon hag spent years devising the perfect plan to kill the Ice King, and years more moving all the pieces into place to execute it. In the meantime, the Mad Hunter served her, guarding her chest of treasures and plotting his own plots. Finally, everything was prepared. The full moon rose, and the moon hag stepped on land, giddy at the thought she would never have to leave again if it did not please her. She brought the Mad Hunter to his post, a jagged peak of ice and stone from which he would loose the arrow that would slay the Ice King. Before she could go, he put forward a proposal. "Moon hag," said the Mad Hunter, "if you grow back my missing hand, I would be certain to hit the Ice King with my arrow. We will have only one shot, and I would hate to miss. You are a powerful witch, so you'll be able to craft ties to bind me to this place that I cannot break." The moon hag considered it. "All right, I will grow back your hand, and then bind you here with ties that will not break." She cast a spell, and the Mad Hunter's hand of ice was replaced with a hand of flesh. As the witch left to complete the next part of her plan, the Mad Hunter grinned wickedly in the moonlight. After a short time, the moon hag returned, luring the Ice King into the Mad Hunter's line of sight. "What is this about, moon hag?" asked the Ice King. "Many a long year have you bound me to the lake," said the moon hag. "Many a long year have I been alone in the dark. That ends tonight." She cast a powerful spell that made the Ice King slow to react, and then gave the signal. "Mad Hunter," she cried, "let your arrow fly." Nothing happened. She twitched nervously. "Mad Hunter," she growled, "let your arrow fly." Still nothing happened. The Ice King, meanwhile, was striding toward her, slow but furious. The moon hag fled, running first to the jagged peak of ice and stone where her servant should have waited, but the peak was empty. The ties had been broken, and the Mad Hunter was gone. For in the end, he was the more powerful of the two, especially once he had two hands. When the Ice King finally caught the hag, his furious voice could be heard throughout the forest. "For your wickedness, you will be eternally bound to the lake. You will no longer be allowed to leave, not even under a full moon." The moon hag was imprisoned in the lake, and she never again tried to escape. And this is how the Mad Hunter escaped the moon hag and how he got his left hand back. Alright, I think we are done reading. Let's see if we can find Tyler's diary.
Hold up.
What?
Remember this?
Unfortunately.
You must solve my riddle to earn the right to enter the princess's sanctum.
Nothing a good hard shove won't take care of.
I mean, yes, we could brute force it, but it might be kind of fun to finally solve it, right?
We have different definitions of the word fun.
Okay, well, if we break it, we're just gonna have to fix it for the sale. So let's at least try not to. You have the Book of Goblins?
Yep.
Hand it over.
What are you looking for?
The image on the door. It's making me think of a story from the book. One that Marianne wrote.
You have a way better memory than me.
Well, the Book of Goblins was my creation.
And you'll never let anyone forget it.
Here it is. The one about the princess's party. Give it a read. I think the symbols may represent something in the story.
First ghost memories, now storybook puzzles. What a weird day.
What a weird childhood.
Touché.
Sounds like they had a pretty awesome childhood. I mean, as far as their imagination goes, open the Book of Goblins. Oh, we can turn these. So what happens? Okay. So maybe these are people who went to the party? Let's see, the princess's party. Ugh, let me see that. Flame, sword, and coins. A torch, a sword, and a bag of coins. Once upon a time, in a deep and ancient forest, the princess was melancholy because it was the 1-year anniversary of when she had run away from home. Sensing her sadness, her forest friends showed up at her door. They were headed by the pelican, pious and attentive, and organized by the moose, stalwart and farsighted. The old bear was there with his claws so sharp, as well as the big frog, prattling away. Even the haughty muskrat, who almost never had time for anyone, had come. The bear invited her to ride on his back, promising no wolf would harry her path, and then the animals led her to a fairy glen where a fabulous party had been prepared. There was a buffet of seafood the pelican had served from her never-emptying beak. The air was filled with fairy lights the moose had arranged after clouds filled the sky, and the gregarious frog mixed up fizzing drinks. Only the muskrat had done nothing in particular, mooching off everyone else's hard work. I mean, he showed up. The princess had a very good time at her party, such a good time that she forgot to say thank you to any of her friends. Noticing this, the fairies devised a bit of mischief. When the princess went to open her gifts, she found 3 identical boxes at the edge of the glen. Puzzled, she turned back and gasped. The entire party had vanished. "Because you've taken your friends for granted," called the naughty fairies. "We have hidden them from you, but we like games. Guess who has given you each of these presents, and you'll get your friends back." The princess opened the first box. Inside there was a torch, which, when lit, revealed the truth. Said the princess. "Someone wants to make sure I don't get lost in the woods when it's dark, and that I always see right from wrong. Which of my friends would give me a gift like that?" She opened the second box. Inside there was a magic sword, which would leap right out of the bearer's hands to defend them. Said the princess. "Someone wants to make sure I am protected if I'm ever under threat. Which of my friends would give me a gift like that?" She opened the third box. Inside there was a bag of coins that always provided money if it was for something the bearer truly needed. Said the princess. "Someone wants to make sure I have money to buy food when I am hungry and clothes when I am cold. Which of my friends would give me a gift like that?" The princess thought about her friends, and then she smiled certainly. "Fairies," she said, "I may have been thoughtless, but I appreciate all that my friends have given to me, and all that they have done for me." She gave her answers, and the vexed fairies were forced to restore the party in a flash of colorful light. One by one, she gave the animals a hug and thanked them for the presents, the party, and all they had done to help since she moved into the forest. And that is how the princess celebrated her first anniversary in the woods. Okay, so you have the bear. Always know right from wrong and never get lost in the woods. I wonder if the bear might give her the sword. The pelican might give her food. And the moose did the lights. So we could try moose, bear, and pelican? Let's give it a try. Maybe. Moose, bear, pelican. Yes! Ta-da!
And boom, we're in.
How are you going to explain that to potential buyers? She set up a light in her room.
After so many years, I expected this to feel more, like a win.
Speak for yourself. I'm the one who solved the riddle.
Why do I feel like you're not gonna let me forget that?
She set that up to greet her when she came
Where do
in.
you think we should start looking?
I don't know. Where in this mess would she stash someone else's personal thoughts?
Oh, okay, hold on. Memory's happening. Nope. Bring it back.
I just can't get through. Whatever's going on, they won't let me in. They used to tell me everything, but they shut me out, Tessa. They've shut me out.
She's talking about her children?
I've had so much on my plate lately, and they're convinced I'm the enemy, and I don't know why. I need them. I need my goblins.
I remember now. We heard her crying. We listened through the door.
Seeing her like this, as if she's still here,
It really sucks.
she was really coming apart those last few months, wasn't she?
She had something she was dealing with. I don't think she's the villain she's been painted out to be here. Oh, the princess. New collectible. Okay.
So she was standing here, spying through the window, drawing us while we played.
She always had her eye on us.
My entire body just shivered.
She wasn't spying on you. She was drawing you.
Ugh. Sewing lessons were the absolute worst.
She made all our clothes. I'm sure she needed the help. And I, for one, am happy I can fix a torn seam.
It's a good skill to have.
I tried to read this one. I can never figure out the order of the chapters, though.
Didn't the author go insane or something? No wonder Marianne liked it.
Timeless Sea. I'll have to look that up. Yeah, that's not spying on you. She's drawing her
Straight in the
children.
trash.
No. I bet we could sell it on the internet.
True. Maybe we could sell it to the guy who collects John Wayne Gacy's clown paintings.
It's cute.
She and Tessa were best friends. Until suddenly they weren't. Wonder what happened.
Either Tessa got sick of Marianne's moods, or Marianne got sick of Tessa's judgment.
Something happened. I do wonder if the characters in the book are meant to represent actual people, if maybe the frog is Tessa. Oh.
She always had to have a picture of us close by.
Why this picture, though? I mean, do you see the expression on our faces?
Not really.
Oh. This explains a lot.
They're mostly full. She was too stubborn to take medication.
Oh. So something... It can't read... We don't know what it is, but she was on something. Okay. There it is.
It's here. I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Do you think she read it?
Of course. She was nosy as hell.
What else is in there? Raising your transgender child. Youth camp. Ally for traditional families?
Tyler. Tyler,
What?
look.
What? Where did you find that?
It was on her desk with her papers.
Seriously? Are you fucking kidding me?
Look, we gotta be really careful not to overthink this.
But it doesn't make any sense. She was mad, right? She was mad I cut my hair. She attacked me because I cut my hair.
She was mad and she attacked you. We both saw it.
Then what is this shit?
I don't know. I don't know. Tyler, come here.
She can't do this to me. Not now. When I've finally made sense of a few things.
Well, that was your first mistake. Thinking the world made any kind of sense. 10 years in the grave, and she's still finding new ways to piss us off.
Yeah.
Something else set her off, I guess. So it wasn't... But what was the pamphlet? The traditional family pamphlet. What the heck was that?
Are you really, really sure? I am. Do it. Okay. Here we go. Whoa. Is it all gone? Yeah. It looks amazing. Really? Yeah. I can't wait to show Mom. She's been so sad lately. More than sad. She's been scary. Yeah, but not tonight, though. It was almost like a party. Thank you, Alyson. You don't have to thank me. You're my sister. I feel more like your brother. Brother, sister, we look out for each other. But I'm pretty sure I just gave you a really bad haircut.
I think it looks pretty good.
Mom?
Oh.
Mom!
Oh, God. Yeah, that's not ominous. Oh no.
Mom?
Oh no. No, 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 no. This is wrong. This is all wrong.
Wait! Stop!
Oh shit. Holy